let me first by welcoming you for this press statement, and maybe also just to thank you, by the way, for coming to support me in this press statement. So I'll start by just reading, and then maybe if there'll be questions, then you'll be able to ask me. Declaration of intent to vie for presidency of the Republic of Kenya come 2027. Fellow Kenyans, friends and patriots, today I stand before you with humility, courage and great conviction to announce I, Honorable Peter Kalero Salasya, Member of Parliament for Mumias East constituency, officially declare my intentions to vie for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya in the year 2027 general election. This moment is not about me, it is about you, the ordinary Kenyan, the civil servant whose payslip is shrinking under punitive taxes, the farmer struggling to afford fertilizer, the mother choosing between medicine and food, the young graduates sending CVs that never get answers, the Gen Z youth dreaming for a better, cleaner, fairer government. It is about Kenya, a country full of potential, yet held back by broken system, corruption, inequality, and disconnection between leaders and citizens. We cannot continue this way. It is time for a new generation of leadership, honesty, visionary, and bold. My agenda, the 5 pillars of the new Kenya: economic freedom. That one will include lowering taxes, growing incomes. The burden of the Kenyan worker is unbearable. We must ease it. As the president, I will review and reduce pay, NHIF and NSSF reduction to protect your hard-earned salary. I will expand the tax base through job creation, not overtaxing the few who are employed. Our economic policy will shift from taxation to production and innovation. We must grow the cake before we slice it. No Kenyan should feel punished for working hard. Number 2, universal health care through people-centered SHA. The Social Health Authority SHA must not be another burden. It must be a bridge to better health care. I will restructure SHA to align with the real medical needs of Kenyans, not bureaucratic interests. Every Kenyan will access affordable, dignified, and efficient health care, whether in Turkana, Kibra, or Mumias. We shall audit and clean up the NHIF legacy mess and guarantee the transparency in the healthcare funds. First of all, I know every time the life is sacred, and as a leader, as a national leader who has been anointed, you must have a principle that the life is sacred, and you must respect the life because it's godly given and it's godly. And so as a leader, if I take over, we must also get to inquire, the commission of inquiry, to know who are these perpetrators and whatever. We know, yes, you have to protect the property, but was it just justifiable that you can kill? And even the story that was there where those people quarry, we want to know, like those bodies that were retrieved, where did they go? When there was a guy who was arrested at one point and then disappeared from. What happened on that? So we must, so that we can account for every life that God has given to us. So as a leader, I have to protect, because when you are given as a constitution, you have to protect the citizen, and you abide by the constitution that your work is to protect the lives of your people. And that is what I will have to do. First of all, because we are not seeing the issues that the Gen Z or the young generation, because first of all, you know that the future of a nation belongs to the young people. And the young people of this country, they are worried about their future, because they are worried about the 30 years from now, 40 years from now, because the systems are not working, and the people who are occupying the system, they are not of goodwill or not working with utmost good faith in order to ensure that, because you remember that in the Kibaki leadership, there was 2030 vision 2030, but we are not seeing the leadership that is looking hard there. But we are looking at people who are self-centered and looking at the people who want, because everybody is saying that Ruto must go. Then who should replace Ruto if it's not Peter Salasya? Because the Kenyans want, or the young people want a leader who is transparent, who is honesty, and who is ready to abide by the rule of law. And that is why I've been looking at the people who want to replace him. And then I say that they are not working. Remember, Peter Salasya has been just like a week or 2 weeks ago. I've been able to traverse the entire Western Kenya. We are now going for another tour of Nyamira, of Kisii, of Nyanza, coastal region, the northeastern, the eastern, and then the Mount Kenya, and then the Rift Valley. And because we've also seen that as much as we embrace from where we come from, the tribal, whatever. But the youth, the young people, are not interested about the who come. Because at the end of the day, when these people get the opposition, it is about them. It's not about the other people or the entire community. It's about the few cronies, the few friends. And that is what now the young people, in their what they want is the fairness in their CVs, fairness in their whatever, in whatever they do. And this is what has really made me to come out and say that as a young person, because by 2027 I'll be turning 35 years old, so which means that I'll be in a threshold to hold a constitutional role of being the president of the Republic of Kenya. Remember the countries like Burkina Faso, people like Traore, they are young people, and you see that the darling of the Africans, because they want their country to be self-sustainable. And that is why you see people like in Obama, people who took when at the because when I take the president at this early age, I know I still have like about, maybe by God's grace, I want to get to around 90 or 100 years by God's grace. So which means that I have to live with these people, and I have to maintain the legacy that will enable me to live good in happiness with these people. But these people, the older generation, they don't care. They think about few years remaining by God's grace. Okay, we are not praying for anyone, whatever. And that is what has really prompted me. And I'm a leader who knows how to balance leadership. There is time for fun, there is time for leadership, there is time to provide way, and all those things, and all those qualities I do have. I'm a graduate from the Egerton University, and I did Bachelor of Commerce, Banking and Finance, and I also worked as a banker. And I worked as a teller, and even in my history I never stole money from whether I used to get a salary of 50,000 shillings, and I used to handle every day 30 million. So which means that I'm a person who is self-driven, and who has the principle of accountability, principle of transparency in everything. And even for the last like 2 years in my leadership as a member of parliament of Mumias East, you can see when you walk in Mumias East constituency, it is a clear demonstration that despite of whatever we do on social media, because I like playing also, I like making jokes on social media, but I'm a very serious person when it comes to serious matters. And that is why I see I'm the only savior, God-driven, God-sent leader that who can unite this country and bring